As we know by now, there's going to be an election coming up within the next couple of years at the very latest. And it looks to me like it's pretty obvious that Pierre Poilievre is going to be the next prime minister. Now, the only question that needs to be answered as of now is it going to be a minority or a majority? Right now, it looks like it's going to be a majority. They're projected to get almost 200 seats. You need 170 for a majority, so it looks like they're going to achieve their goals well beyond their range. Now, could this change? Of course it could. There's still almost 2 years before the election, or maybe it'll happen before that, but unless Trudeau resigns or the NDP gets their shit together, we're going to have to wait a while. In the next 2 years, Canada is likely to get even worse, so you could see the Conservatives with even well over 200 seats. Seems to me like both Liberals and the NDPs are about to be sitting in the corner when it comes to Parliament. Now, of course, one of them will still get to be the official opposition, likely to be the NDPs, but how many seats are they going to have versus how many the Conservatives have? The Liberals are going to lose so many, it's not even going to be funny. Actually, let me correct myself. It will be funny, and I will be laughing. But the only question that remains is, will Pierre Poilievre get a minority or a majority? In my opinion, I think it's going to be a majority. It's going to be a super majority because I do think it's going to be over 200 seats rather. So, it's very interesting. Of course, he could shoot himself in the foot. He could do something to screw things up in the next couple of years, but with the fact that the Liberals being in charge and how Hamilton, Toronto, and Vancouver are likely to get worse, which is like a heavy NDP voting regions. Like a lot of people here in Hamilton, for example, like the NDP. And so far, in the first year or so, we've had Andrea Horwath, who's been the mayor. We've had an increase of homeless people. We've now lost our bus services. It's back now, but we lost it for about a week and a half because she wanted to give non-union workers a raise. But then the union workers, the people who drive the bus, the transit system, the people who work in the transit system, they weren't going to give them a raise. So they went on strike, and then guess what the NDP did? Or not the NDP, but Andrea Horwath, who's a former big name in the NDP. They ended up caving and paying them anyway. But during that week or week and a half that we lost buses, luckily for me, I work from home. But some people don't. What do they have? How are they going to get to work? Take an Uber? Walk? Some people could walk. But some people, if you got to take a bus or two to work and they're not available, you got to Uber. Now you got to work 2 or 3 more extra hours of overtime just to maintain, not even get ahead. That's not going to make the average middle class, working class person happy. And that's who the NDP is supposed to represent. So if they continue to piss people off, if Hamilton, Toronto, and Vancouver continues to be run into the ground, the rest of Canada is going to see that. Not to mention the people inside of Hamilton, Toronto, and Vancouver might even turn on the NDPs. I don't think so, because those people are essentially brain dead. Voting for it's crazy to me. But anyway, they're allowed to vote. Whatever. But if Hamilton, Toronto, and Vancouver gets even worse, you could see 220, 230 seats for the Conservatives. It's unfortunate that we likely will have to wait so long because I don't think Trudeau's going to resign. He's too much of a narcissist to do that. And I think the NDP are a bunch of cowards and they're not going to hold a vote of confidence. Although they have just recently started calling out Trudeau, I think they're getting kind of tired of him too. And they're also realizing that right now they're not going to win, but they're in second place. So at least they'll be the official opposition. You went from number 3 to number 2. That's a good thing for them. That's progression. That being said, I think that they think that if they wait 2 more years, they're going to be even more popular. I think they're going to be less popular. Still more popular than the Liberals, but less popular overall. What do you guys think? Do you think it's going to be a supermajority for the Conservatives? Do you think the NDP will get opposition? Do you think that they think they can win? Do you agree, disagree? I'd love to hear it all. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll be back with another video.